Why does the German language call this a hand shoe?
In the brutal cold, Klaus the shoemaker couldn't work. His hands were useless.
But his feet, protected by his masterpiece craft, were perfectly warm. He looked at his hands, he looked at his boot, and then a ridiculous, brilliant idea. What if he could build a tiny shoe for the hand? It wasn't just a covering, it was a shelter. He called it
Der Handschuh. Trägt seine Handschuhe.
But for the experts, can you find the second German word hidden in the workshop? Tell us.
This is a butterfly. So why does its German name mean the cream thief? In old folklore, kitchens were left open, and on the counter, the most valuable thing, fresh cream. But they believed this cream, or Schmetten, was constantly being watched, not by mice, but by a magical winged creature. When the cream vanished, they blamed the tiny Schmettenling, the little cream thing. The little one who stole the cream, they called it
Der Schmetterling. Ein Schmetterling fliegt.
But for the experts, can you find the other dairy product hidden in the kitchen? Tell us in the comments. This is where food sleeps, so why does German call this a cooling cupboard?
For centuries, keeping food safe was a daily battle against time, heat, and decay. They needed a sanctuary, a simple cold cupboard to slow the inevitable. The solution was elegant, a specially built
Schrank.
that simply had to be.
Kühl.
The modern machine was born from this simple need. The old concept had survived. It was and is.
Der Kühlschrank. Ich brauche etwas aus dem Kühlschrank.
But for the experts, can you find the common German food item hidden on the table? Tell us in the comments.
Why is the German word for hospital simply the sick house?
In a village gripped by sickness,
Die Krankheit.
a healer realized a terrible truth. Treating the sick in their own homes was spreading the plague. He needed a different idea. Not a cure, but containment. He needed one single dedicated building, a specific house, a house just for the sick. He called it
Das Krankenhaus. Der Arzt arbeitet im Krankenhaus.
Can you find the hidden Easter egg on the healer's table?
Why does the German language refer to this girl as an it?
To understand why, you must know about a secret piece of the German language, the suffix chen. Chen is added to words to make them mean little or dear.
But this little suffix has one powerful, unbreakable rule. It doesn't care if a word is logically masculine, like a man, or feminine, like a woman. Anything it attaches to, it magically transforms into Neuter, das. So the little maiden became
Mädchen. Das Mädchen. Das Mädchen liest ein Buch.
Can you find a hidden word in this video? Tell us in the comments.
Why in German is a pair of glasses singular and feminine? In the 13th century, scholars' eyes began to fail. To read God's word, they turned not to medicine, but to geology. They discovered that a polished crystal called beryl could magnify the text. A single stone held the key. So they named their invention after that magical stone. The beryl became
Die Brille. Wo ist meine Brille?
die Brille. Wo ist meine Brille? Why does sea in German mean lake until you change its gender? Ancient storytellers imagined two spirits. First, the spirit of the lake. He was masculine, strong, and contained by his shores. But his counterpart was the spirit of the sea. She was feminine, emotional, vast, and utterly untamable. To remember the contained lake, they called it him, and the vast ocean, her.
Der See. Die See. Wir schwimmen im See. We swim in the lake. Das Schiff ist auf See. The ship is at sea.
Can you find the hidden word in this video? Tell us in the comments. Why do Germans call this gentle creature a shield toad? In a dangerous, ancient swamp, a defenseless toad
Die Kröte.
needed protection from the war of nature. She had no armor. Legend says she found a fallen warrior's shield.
Der Schild.
It fit her perfectly. She wasn't just a toad anymore. She was a toad, wearing a shield toad.
Die Schildkröte. Die Schildkröte ist langsam. The turtle is slow.
Die Schildkröte ist langsam. Why is the German word for a water tap literally a water-rooster? In the old days, fountains were not just pipes. They were decorated with bronze animals to guard the water. The most popular shape was the proud rooster. You had to turn the bird's head to make the water flow. So they named the machine after the bird, the Water-Rooster.
Der Wasserhahn.
Der Wasserhahn. Der Wasserhahn tropft. The tub is dripping. Die Arbeit. Die Feier. Der Abend. Der Feierabend.
Why do Germans call this amazing machine simply a fly thing? An inventor built a complex machine to conquer the sky. He used wood, canvas, and genius. But when naming it, he didn't choose a poetic word like skybird. He was practical. It was just a thing, zeug, for flying, flug. So he combined flight and thing. The machine became
Das Flugzeug. Das Flugzeug fliegt hoch.